Anybody, who lives up here? Anybody y'all live here? No, mine's back up there. These trailers are big hospital. I live back there. I'm on the maintenance crew part, so I'm helping people out. How many, let's see, we lost one, two, three. You got three trailers here that's damaged. We're bad. Then you got two more back in the trailer park back there. But these are the ones that it took us a while to show her. She's the one that got the staples in her head.
But is
she was wrapped up in the mattress.
Is she still in the hospital?
No, they fixed her up in the hospital. Hotel. How put most of his families up. Rick Cross has been helping them out.
Anybody, nobody was severely injured?
Oh, no, sir. There wasn't no deaths or anything. Just bumps and bruises, and a lot of devastation, and broken hearts.
Well, that really tore those houses up.
Yes, sir. Most things.
Just the money on some more. Oh, okay. How you doing? I tell you, it's scary, isn't it? But I'm just, I'm happy that nobody was severely injured or killed. That's the most important thing. And we've lost one person down in Georgia. Anyway, I'm sorry for any of the homeowners still here today.
There's the son of one of them is over there doing this and stuff. Most of them are at hotels or shelters.
Yeah, in the April 27th tornadoes, that hit all of central North Alabama. So many times I would talk to people who were in their house, and the house, it was just totally destroyed except for one area. As if the Lord just took care of it. The Lord just said, well, I'm going to protect you in this area right here.
No, I promise you. She got out, she was in her bedroom, and there's a tree across her bed. She got up, went and got a drink of water, and was headed back down the hall. And she said she heard the roaring, and it was pretty much over then. But she had got to the bathroom door, and she just ducked in that bathroom door, and she wound up by the tub, but everything just fell around her, and that's the only place that's standing in there. It's the only place she could have lived in there. And it's just God put her in the right place.
Well, I'm telling you, I heard that story so many times, all over North Alabama, in the tornadoes that hit up there. They would be in one place. That'd be the only place that was left standing. That's where they'd work. So
I've worked all them up there, and I'm an insurance adjuster, so I work all this stuff.
You saw all that up there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Worked up there for about a month.
Well, you tell your mother I'm glad she's okay.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Very nice meeting you, sir.
Yes, sir. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Quay. And were you in?
No, that's my trailer.
Okay. Were y'all in?
I have three.
You were in this home up here?
The one up there.
It's scary, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Me too. I jumped in the closet and
it hit so quickly. You didn't realize it, did you? Well, I'm glad you're all right. You weren't there? You there by yourself? Glad you're all right. I tell you, we were in Mobile yesterday, and we were seeing the same type of damage, and thank goodness there we didn't have any loss of life. We've had only one that lost in Alabama, that happened down in Georgiana.
Georgiana, yes.
Georgiana. But I'm glad you're okay.
You too. Thank you.
Well. All right, who has a question?
Okay.
All right.
I'll go first.
Right.
Why do you feel it's so important to come out here and survey the damage, and even here at this small community?
Well, when we see people hurting around the state, and we we may be the tornado governor of the country. With all the experience we had at April 27th, and I think it's very important to come out and to visit people and to see the damage that's occurred and see how we can help, see what is needed and what we may have available through the state and through people who volunteer, and you know, there's so many services that we do have available, and we just want to come out and see how we can help people.
I'll ask another
All right,
question.
go ahead.
I know a couple weeks you held a workshop for volunteer organizations, and one thing that you talked about was the whole community approach in, you know, responding to disasters in our area. If you can just talk a little bit about that.
Well, you know, one of the things that we learned in April 27th, on April 27th, is really the local response is the most important response. Whether it's our first responders, whether it's our local sheriff, our county commissioners, our mayors, they're the ones that are most important. Our EMA directors, those that, but also our local volunteers. And at that meeting, we had a lot of volunteers. It's very important to realize the services that are available through Serve Alabama. Things that are available, and so that's why I like to come out and see places like this to see what we do have available and see what we can help, how we can help them.
Are you surprised, Governor, as you look around that we had survivors here?
You know, I really am. You know, when you look at the houses here today, this young man right here was in one of those houses, and when you look at his house up there, you wonder how he survived that. You know. I've heard so many stories over the last 2 years of how people survived in a house, and they would be in the only part of the house that survived. And of course, I personally think that God looks after us. And you know, so and if that's the only place in the house that was still surviving, it makes you believe that that is the case. But we're just so glad that people did survive this, and that there were no serious injuries, even though there were some injuries. We've only lost one person in the state. Actually yesterday, on Christmas Day, we had more tornadoes in Alabama than any state. We had 14 confirmed tornadoes. Now most of them were small tornadoes. This was an EF2, which is between 110 and 137 miles an hour. We've had a lot of tornadoes, and Christmas Day was an active day, and it could have been worse. Had the warm front been a little bit warmer as it came north, we would have had more devastating tornadoes than we had. One of the things that I'd like to announce today that I think is very important is we have applied for the Small Business Loan Association, the Small Business Association, to come in, and they have agreed to do so. So anyone who needs a small business loan can apply for that. We can do that very quickly without having to address the damages when we apply to FEMA. We don't know that we will have enough damage across the state that FEMA will be able to come in and help us. But we have so many other services available, and through the small business loan, people, not only businesses, but homeowners can also apply for that. And they're very low interest.
Just to touch on that, what kind of economic impact do these tornado outbreaks have on the state?
Well, you know, when you look around, if you have insurance, hopefully your insurance will cover it. If you don't have insurance, then it's very difficult. And then we have to look for other ways to help people, whether it is through a small business loan or whether it's through the Governor Emergency Relief Fund. And by the way, we still have that available right now. We still have it active, and anyone who wants to contribute to that through the United Way, it's a way to help families that that don't have any other help. And we want to encourage people to donate to that. It doesn't go to me. We have a committee that's set up that people can apply through that committee for any help that they may need.
Okay, anything else? All right, thank you. Thanks, Governor.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
That's a good piece.
Thank you for all.
Let me tell you, if it weren't for y'all, it'd be a lot louder.
last one of your day. Young Angela's one of this is, but I found out. Daniel's getting married.
She's getting married today. That's right. She is.
Good.